Hey, what's up, guys? It's Art Book Addiction here, and we're here to talk about Metroid Dread. Here we go. Metroid Dread. Alright. So, I literally just beat the game, and I got 100%, right? Which I have never done for any other Metroid game. And all I gotta say is, what a game, dude. What a game, okay? This was such an incredible experience, alright, guys? Like, you there's hype, right? And then there's meeting that hype, right? So it's for fans of the Metroid series, like a game, like for me as a fan, the second this game got announced, right, I was like, you know what? I need to start replaying the Metroids because it's been so long since there's been a new title, right? I guess it's been like maybe like 4 years since Samus Returns, but like wow, dude. Like, and all I gotta say is Mercury Steam. I think that's the developer, right? I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. Wonderful job. Okay, like kudos to you guys, right? What I love is that it's Nintendo, right? But it's made by a Spanish developer, right? And um, to see a studio like that really shine this much, right? Like to not just shine like to Nintendo's quality standard, right? But to go above and beyond, right? The Call of Duty, right? I am so impressed by this game, right? So yeah, I've been playing recently through the Metroid games, in anticipation for this game. So I've just been having a lot of Metroid in my life. Right? I've been playing the Prime games. I've been playing all the 2D ones. I played all the 3DS ones. Right? I've just been going through them, and all I gotta say is this is the pinnacle, man. This is the top right here. This is like if you go through Metroid as a series through the whole thing, right? And you end up on this game, you'll know that this is the peak, right? like never has a game made me feel like wow. Like look at all the look at the generations of iteration and getting better and better and better, and then to peak at this top, right? Like there's games like Metal Gear Solid, right, which I feel a similar way, but there's like always the little caveats, like Metal Gear Solid 5, right? Like it was really good mechanically, right? But like the story wise, it kind of disappointed, right? But this game doesn't do that. It just, it's like, hey, the thing that you want, dude, the thing that you really, really want, dude, here you go. And not just that, dude, here's something that you weren't even expecting, dude. Okay, like, wow. So like, all I gotta say is, I really, really recommend Metroid Dread. Okay, like beyond recommend. This might be this is probably my game of the year, right? Easily, right? Like fuck Cyberpunk, okay, right? Obviously that came out last year, but like what I like about this game was they announced it a couple months ahead. It was already finished, right? And it came out perfect. 1.0, no need for extra patches, all that bullshit, right? This is how modern gaming should be done. All right, it takes all those elements of like games of the old, right? Hey, finished product, make it good, make it tight, make it as good as an experience as possible, right? They took all of that, and put it, crushed it into one, and now we have this masterpiece of a game. Okay, I'm not a huge Nintendo person, right? Like I am not, like Nintendo has been like very, very like mixed bag for me, right? Even when I was a kid, right? But this game, like Jesus, the quality of this game is so good. Okay, right? It takes, like I said, like I've been doing a lot of retro gaming recently, and so seeing like these old, like tried and true gameplay systems taken, modernized, okay, and without all the extra bullshit like monetization, all that stuff, right? It really shows that like if you took that classic formula and you applied modern conveniences of today, right, and you polished it to a T, you can make games like this, okay? Like, wow, okay? The there isn't much story, right? But the story that's there is impactful. It's strong. It has it has things that go over the entire saga of the Metroid series, right? And like the whole reasoning behind it, and it's such a beautiful close to this story, right? I'm sure there's going to be more Metroid stories, but the plot line that was started with Metroid Fusion, right, and Metroid Zero Mission, all that stuff, right? It all leads into what happens in this game, and they just did a fantastic job, man. And they did stuff that like I wasn't expecting, right? Like I said, Metroid isn't that huge of like a story game, right? But the story that was there, very, very good, very impressive, and the thematic through line, right, from which the game goes to, you start off here and then you end up here, and like it all works, right? And like not just it doesn't just work like story wise, it works story wise, and it accompanies the gameplay, right? It goes with the gameplay, and it finishes, and just wow, fantastic, dude. So good, right? Like, oh my god, dude. Okay, so let's talk about the reasons why it's so good, right? I'm just gushing right now just because I'm just still off the high of just completing this game, right? So the reasons it's good, right? One, movement, okay? Samus has never been better to control, okay? Right? Like, the other Metroid games, Samus moves up beautifully, okay? Amazing, right? The movement is so good, right? This is even better than that, right? With the addition of the slide mechanic, right? And then the classic stuff, like this, to me the slide is really crucial, right? But the way the movement feels, okay, just so good, right? It's just a pleasure to just run around. You can see it right here, just jumping around. This is classic Samus, right? But like the movement feels so good, so fluid, right? You actually feel like you've seen Samus move like whoa, and like, but you actually feel that way. You know what I mean? You're like, well, I can move just as smooth as like anybody. Like the speedrunners, like you feel like a speedrunner moving through this game, because like, oh, I want to go to this part of the map, I want to go to this part right here. You just gotta slide, jump, all this stuff. It's beautiful. It's just fun to move through the world, right? Huge part of the game. I think that's something that's like not really emphasized that much, but movement feels so good, right? Oh, and then you have like the little zoop, right? You have some extra abilities, right, that let you kind of like do like a little dash, right? So good. So all these little improvements have made the game so much easier to navigate, right? Okay, number two, this is the most controlled Metroid experience, to date, right? So what I mean is, like, so normally, right, the world is in the Metroid games is kind of open. It's a lot more open, right? But this game, like, some people might see this as a negative, some people might see this as a positive, right? But I see it as a positive. The entire game is kind of linear, right? In a way, they're guiding you through this experience, and they don't let go of control, right? What do I mean by that? So normally, once you get to a map, you go through like most of the map and you open it up, right? And then from there you could like go back and do whatever you want, right? So in this game, right, you go through an area and you go through like maybe like 20% of it, right? And you kind of see like this part of the map, right? And then but there's like, they'll block you. They'll create a path where there's only one way to go, right? And like I said, some people may view that as a negative, right? Because like, oh, well, why can't I go open world? Why can't I go, back and like, get all the upgrades? It's like, don't worry about that, right? The game has very, very deliberate pacing, right? Which I think in the long run makes the game much better, right? Because you'll just feel like you're cruising through the game, right? Going through, and then something new, exciting happens. Boom, new happens. Something new, right? You're always moving about from a new area into the next, and you're like, you see this new, you're like, ooh, what is this area? And then you go out, and then you go to somewhere else, right? And so, the navigation of this game, the pacing, the deliberate, like we are guiding your experience the entire time to make it to the most excellent design possible. I think that's really great. I think that's fantastic, right? Here we get to see the new Emmys, right? The new Emmy system with the stealth, right? That was something that I was not expecting for this game, right? At first, it's a little frustrating because the Emmys, they're one-shot enemies, right? And like the timing for you to like deflect them, it's hard, dude. It's not easy, okay? But as you, sorry about that, as you go through the game, as you start to learn how to use the stealth system, right? As you learn how to run and navigate and slide and avoid, right? You become much better at avoiding the Emmys through skill, okay? Through skill, not through like, oh, it's easy now, right? Also, this game is fucking hard, dude. Let's keep that to the side. So, this game, the Emmy system, really great. Okay, I thought it would be a nuisance. I thought like, oh, who wants to go through an area where you're like being chased all the time, right? It's great here. It's relegated to just the small section, and the Emmys, they're annoying, right? They're annoying, okay, but like not an annoying way, like oh, I wish this wasn't in the game. No, it's wrong. It's the other way around. They're annoying, but they're scary, right? They're like the second an Emmy spots you, you're like, oh shit, dude, I gotta run, dude, I gotta get out of here, right? I gotta do this thing. And like each encounter, it's not like randomized. It's like the same encounter, so you got to be able to, dip, dodge, and like almost like perfect like your escape route. And then you're like, oh, I made it. And you're like, by the end you're like sweating, like, oh shit, dude, I can't believe it, right? But it's like rewarding, right? It's like teaching you like, hey, listen, you want to avoid the Emmy, right? You gotta play our way, right? You gotta do it the way it's supposed to be, right? And that's the way old games were made. To me, it's just a great system. I think it really works, right? And I thought it wasn't too overbearing, because there's the whole rest of the map, right? But then there's those Emmy parts, and you're like, oh, well, I got to go through there, right? And they force you through there. It's not like you have an option, right? Like I said, the game is very it's a lot more linear than the other Metroids, right? But then, like I said, it's a very guided experience, right? In a good way, And then, like, obviously, like, you could always go back and explore a little bit, right? But a lot of times they're gonna, like I said, they're gonna block you. They're gonna block you from what you want. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is early footage of the game. Let's see. I don't know if I want to skip this or anything. Well, whatever. It's still early. Who gives a shit, right? So, another thing. So now that we're seeing this, another great thing, the cutscenes. Okay, the cutscenes are fantastic, dude. It really shows that Samus is a fucking badass, dude. She's so cool in this game, right? And you know what, dude? What I like, another thing that I like, is that unlike other M, dude, she don't say shit, dude. She's just like a stoic, like nothing, dude, and she's just fucking badass, dude. Like it awakened the kid in me, right? And that's what you want, right? You want to be like the little kid. You're like, whoa, dude, and you did the Samus, dude, and boom, and then he charged the beam, and then she's like, badass, dude. It's so cool, okay? And I was like, damn, dude, it's been so long since a modern video game has made me feel like this way. You know what I mean? Like there's experiences that are like, whoa, yeah, that's cool and all that stuff, right? And it's like, oh, that's badass, right? But like, I feel like it's never hit me quite like those classic games. You know what I mean? But now with this one, right there, dude, it scratches that itch, dude. Okay, watch, like these cutscenes are like little rewards, dude. They're little rewards for playing well, for being good. Oh, and the counter system, fantastic. Look at this. Hold on. Right here. Look at this shit. Look how badass that is, right? And you get this cool little animation, and then Samus is in danger, and you go, and then you have to dodge, and you have to encounter it, and like by the end, dude, your timing has gotten so good. Like this game, like I said, it guides you right to build the skills so that when you're at the end, dude, and you're fighting that final boss, dude, right? You're like if you just face this boss from the first time, you'd be like, this is impossible, dude, right? By the end, you're like, I know I can do it, okay? And it may take a couple tries, dude, but I can do it, all right? Another thing, okay? Another thing that makes this game great, it is genuinely, the difficulty is really well done, okay? Like, there's so many games where the difficulty gets, all messed up, right? This game, there's difficulty right on point, okay? So I unlocked the hard mode, so I don't know how hard that's going to be, but the base game, the difficulty is just right. You're sweating, all right? You're sweating. Like, if you're going to beat a boss, like, you can't... Look at Samus. Hold on, look at Samus. Look at her. Look at her. Fucking badass, dude. Look at that. See, that's what we want, dude. That's what we want in games, all right? Our characters are badass. The gameplay is fun. There's no microtransactions. The game is complete. Very easy, okay? Can't do it for some reason. Nobody can do it because it's fucking corporate greed. Anyway, so this game, so good, man. So good. There's like, okay. Sorry, I'm just on the high of how good this game is, right? So another really great aspect, right? The art direction. Okay, the art direction, super well done. I mean, like, for all the Metroid games, the art direction has always been very solid, very good. I also have an art book that I have the art book for this game, so look forward to the review later. But art direction on point, dude. Samus's new suit, love it, dude. I really love her new, like, kind of blue design, right? With the white, the first suit you get, really good. And the suits after that, like, the various suit, really good in this game too. I love it. I love the white accents, right? The gravity suit, at first, took me a little growing to get used to it, but I also liked it too, right? Not my favorite. My favorite is obviously this first suit. Super good. And you know what I love? Is that you get the suit for a long time. You get the suit for a while, right? And so, like, each upgrade, it feels significant, okay? It feels great, you know what I mean? And you're just like, dude, you're just fighting. Like, this whole game is just fighting, and you beat, and you kill, and and I'm just like, damn, dude. Samus, dude, like by the end, dude, you feel badass, right? And you're like, damn, dude, Samus, like, she's unstoppable, dude, right? Like, I've had talks about this with my friends. Like, can you imagine, like, this super powered, like, mech suit, and like crazy athletic bounty hunter coming after your ass, dude, and then you're fighting it, dude, and like she's kicking your ass, dude, and then suddenly, dude, you're like, oh, where'd she go, dude? And then you just see this fucking ball just rolling around at high speeds. You're like, what the hell just happened, dude? You won't even know what to do, okay? Because, like, that's how fucking badass this is, okay? Just not just as a design, okay, but like Samus as a bounty hunter, just like conceptually fantastic. Okay, so good, right? But that's just me getting into semantics anyway. So new designs, amazing, right? Samus, okay, her new suit, she looked kind of thick, okay, and I like that. All right, they did such a good job with, like, each level, right? Each level, it's like, oh, we have the lava level, we have the water level, we have the ice, we have all the typical levels, but, like, there is like the parts of the geometry that like, well, this is like a certain world, right? Well, there's, like, the design aspects that link all these places together and make them feel like they're one place, right? Obviously different aspects of one place, but they feel like I said, like, not only, like, there's the ice level, there's the magma level, right? But the technology and all the stuff that's in between is all the same, right? Not all the same, but like it's of similar design, right? Which really helps you bring it into the world, right? And there's really cool things that you're gonna see, like, design wise. You're like, whoa, dude, I never expected to see this in a Metroid game, right? I usually see these, I usually see these things as ruins or something gone. It's like, no, this is like, modern, right? And like, this is not a spoiler, right? But you've seen in the trailers, there are real chozos in this game, right? There is like there's a chozo, like we've never seen one alive. It's like, oh, this race is always mysterious. You've always been investigating chozo ruins, but now we actually get to see the chozo, and it's good and it's gratifying and it has story impact, right? So like that's just as a end of the game kind of thing, or like the last game in this storyline thing. It's so good, so satisfying, and I just like seeing a chozo for the first time was like, wow, dude, right? And I'm not that kind of guy who gets excited about like lore shit, right? But this, really well done, okay? Just fantastically done, all right? So now I want to talk about the boss designs, right? The not like drawing wise, but like well, we can talk about that. The boss designs are great, fantastic, like just from an art perspective, but in terms of gameplay, the bosses are super good, okay? Really, really well done, and they're genuinely difficult. Like they're like I said, every time you fight a boss, you're gonna be sweating, okay? Like I don't care who you are, like you're gonna have to figure out like what's their pattern, what's their thing, and you're just gonna be like. And what I like about this game is that they account for missile spam, okay? Because like, in the other Metroids, right? They don't count on you, like oh, just going ham with the missiles, right? And then the bosses usually die early, right? Like quick speedrunner strats, what I mean, stuff like that. In this game, it's like, well, we know they're gonna missile spam, right? So we are gonna account for that, right? They're counting on you to missile spam. They're counting on you to be the second you're not dodging, you're spending that time like blasting them, okay? And so as a result, like you can't just like missile spam to win, right? You have to missile spam to survive, all right? And as a Metroid fan, right, that's a big deal, right? Because normally, like I said, you just you get the super missile, you just spam it, dude. You have this thing, you just spam at them, you destroy them, right? This time doesn't work like that. We're not gonna allow that, right? There's segments where bosses are invincible, right? Or they need to be countered, right? Which, like I said, brings back the counter mechanic. Super well done, okay? Like, wow. Just, again, the boss design, super good, super difficult. I loved it, and it just reminded me of those classic games where you get beat and you're like, no, I got again. You got beat, no, again, dude. And like you fight them, and through trial and error, you learn their moves, and by the end, like they can't even hit you, man. They're like, you're like, bah, bah, bah. And then you get hit this, and it's like, okay, I gotta focus on this is the time where I can't be shooting at him. I need to focus on destroying the projectile or something, right? And then and they don't handhold you through this. They don't teach you the game, or they don't teach you how to beat the boss, right? There isn't oh, pause screen, use the counter during this move so that you could do the cool thing, right? It's like, no, they'll just spring the counter on you, right? And then you'll usually, the first time, you'll fuck it up, right? You'll be like, oh shit, I needed to counter that, right? But then for the next time, right? So it's genuine learning, right? So by the end, like I said, when you're fighting a boss, you're like they can't even touch you, okay? And if they do, you'll panic and then you'll get killed, right? But you gotta, what they want is perfection, okay? Not like, obviously you don't have to like dodge every single thing, you get hit like a good amount of times, right? But it's like, like you panic, you mess up, you're gonna die, right? So like you gotta concentrate. Like this is what classic games used to do, right? They require a very high level of the boss, right? You know when to dodge, right? And you have to do it perfectly, right? Or you have to know when to do it, and to do it like really, really well. And if you want to beat the boss, you only get a couple fuck ups, right? And I love that. I love that about this game. I love that they're just bringing genuine difficulty back. I don't expect this kind of difficulty from a Nintendo game, right? This is old Nintendo. This is Nintendo that was like sadistic, right? But like I said, the people at, I think, Mercury Steam really knew that, like, if you want to make a genuinely great game, it's got to be hard, dude. It can't be easy, okay? Collectibles are not easy to get to, right? So what I like about this game is that they highlight every single item you can get, right? And they'll tease you a lot. Like, you won't be a lot of the items that you get, you won't be able to get until the end of the game, right? Where they open up the map and you can explore the whole thing and get 100%, which is what I just did, right? But a lot of items, right? The challenges of those items, they are genuinely like, dude, I have to do that, right? And then you have to do it like multiple tries, again and again and again. And then when you finally get it, you're like, wow, dude. You're like, I got it, dude. I got the energy tank. I got the missile thing, whatever. And it's like, and not like, you don't even care that you got the item. What you care about is that you finished the puzzle, right, to get it, right, which requires like crazy timing. And, like, you know, like, it's hard, dude. It's hard. It's like, most people, they're not gonna be able to get it, you know, if I'm honest, right? But those who are willing to try through trial and error, they will get it. And once they do, massive satisfaction. Okay, so, like, that's all I can really say about this game, is that it's satisfying, right? It did everything that it said it would do, and it blew past expectations. It made me feel good, and, like, my expectations, I was like, well, I'm not so sure, right? You know, and then, you know, like, obviously, you know, I was like, oh, I'm gonna like this game, but I didn't know about the Emmy system. I didn't know about this. I didn't know about that. I was like, you know, like, I was skeptical in some regards, because that's the kind of gaming landscape we live in. You have to be very skeptical, right? But this game blew away all that skepticism, all that apathy for modern gaming, right? And just showed that, like, hey, we can make these kind of games again. And we have the market. We will take what we knew from before, and we're gonna improve on it and do it tight and do it really good. No fat, no extra, no microtransactions, no monetary bullshit. Just the game, okay? Just the game. And that's, like, I'm telling you guys, it's been so long. It's been so long since we've had a game quite like this, okay? And all I gotta say, you know, is that I highly recommend it, okay? If you guys, you know, like, if you guys have a Switch, grab this game, okay? Grab this game. Like, there's so many games that, like everyone's sucking Nintendo's dick, like, so hard, like Breath of the Wild, like, oh, dude, 10 out of 10, right? And like, yet this game, which is, like, it deserves all the praise it gets, lives up to the hype, concludes a whole, like, you know, storyline and everything, right? And it's not getting those. It's not getting those, like, 10 out of 10, dude, like, so good, dude. Oh yeah, female protagonists, everything that they want, dude. Okay, and, like, and yet I feel like I've seen very little coverage of it. You know, hopefully it's because people are playing it, right? But genuinely, I really recommend this game. Okay, like, you know, if you guys buy one game this year, buy this game. Okay, like I said, I'm not a huge Nintendo guy who's like, I'm a fanboy, you know, like, I'm very skeptical. I'm usually pissed at Nintendo, right? But this game, like, it's really made me go, like, wow, Nintendo, you know, like, I can't argue with that, dude. I can't argue. Like, what am I gonna say against this excellence right here? Okay, this is what gaming is all about. Okay, guys, right? But yeah, I think that's it. Please, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like, hit that subscribe. Check out my Prince and Patreon if you want to support the channel. Hit that notification bell for all my videos, whatever that bullshit, right? Leave a comment. Tell me how you guys feel about Metroid Dread, if you guys have played it, right? All that bullshit. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks a lot.